It's 12 noon, and it's time now for the Peter Chell Noon News Report on this Thursday afternoon, February 2nd, 2017. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins here. The time is 12 noon on this Thursday afternoon, February 2nd, 2017, and we got a mountain temperature of 35 degrees. Today's high will be 40 here on the Peter Chell Noon News Report on this Thursday afternoon, near and on top straight at 12 noon on this Thursday afternoon is President Trump spoke at the National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, D.C., drawing attention for chocolate monster. The audience should pray for Arnold Schwarzenegger ratings on The Apprentice. President Donald Trump on Thursday tried to dial back the uproar for his tough talk in a contentious private calls with foreign leaders, saying that he knows how to fix things good in the world's problems. A top advisor to the Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei on Thursday shrugged off President Trump's latest warning about the Iran's ballistic missile program. The guard found dead on Thursday after a Delaware prison officer stand off their search for the nearly day was a 16-year veteran of force, investigators revealed, saying that it considered all 120 inmates in the building as suspects. Angry protests Wednesday night at the UC Berkeley forced the council should talk by conservative firebrand that Donald Trump supported Milo Yiannopoulos on Wednesday. Scott Pruitt, the discrimination hearing to head the Environmental Protection Agency. The first military operation ordered by President Trump may have resulted in many as 30 civilian deaths and killing an American operative, according to several reports questioning intelligence behind the raid in Yemen. London. The British government formally set out details for the first time on Thursday on its strategy for Britain's departure from the European Union. Amnesty International investigation finds President Rodrigo Duterte's anti-drug campaign has created an economy of murder. Conservative presidential candidate Francis Fillon leaves his home in Paris on Thursday as Fillon been under a preliminary report since news reports that he has paid his wife Penelope and two of his couple's children's nearly $1 million. Remember when Republicans were dead set against sweeping the executive actions? Remember when they called Barack Obama the imperial president? Worse, for issued a string of executive orders, personal memoranda, and national security directives. President Donald Trump reported planning to sign an executive order that would vastly expand religious freedom protections including the offering a legal defense to our organization and individuals who oppose same-sex marriage contraceptive coverage. President Trump has signed 19 executive actions since he took the oath of office on January 20th. The orders and memoranda range from raising all pending regulations until his administration approved them to controversial immigration order bar. Trump signed an executive order Monday requiring federal agencies to cut the two existing regulations when they add a new one. Washington President Trump turned his speech to the National Prayer Breakfast to the Roast, mocking his domestic opponents and possibly be tough with foreign leaders at bet, and it's normally solemn and bipartisan in tone. Most people know very little about groundhog witches, kind of which considering now obsessed that we have become the little fur balls every February 7th. Think about it. What other animals prize more than 20,000 people embark on a pilgrimage for a small one? As after President Trump banned millions of Muslims from U.S. to someone on Twitter about an open speech from the no president, George W. Bush's daughter. American higher education sells hope advertised at college often features somehow student many times a cap and gown, and the poor man's college may be happy that follow a late review of higher education regulations, but students and parents should be worried. U.S. Secretary of Defense James Mattis arrived in South Korea on Thursday. North Korea warned South Korea of catastrophic outcome, and so goes ahead with plans to conduct a joint military exercise with the United States. The Russian Black Sea Fleet extended Ukraine and Anton, and 26 planes made two profitable passes at a low altitude in retro rigs in the Black Sea. Ukraine President Petro Poroshenko said that he will seek a natural referendum on the question of whether to seek to join the Atlantic Treaty Organization. 17 police officers were hurt when moving and dozens of hardline protesters barricaded inside a synagogue in a disputed Israel settlement of Amona. Two Russian Federal Security Service agents and a Catholic line manager have been charged with high treason for allegedly delivering state secrets to the U.S. After 2 years apart, a bank teletext says faced with 30 years in prison after the prosecutor says she stole $1.25 million over the course of 10 years from the branch where she worked. Homeland Security will conduct a review of President Trump's executive order to temporarily ban in travel from 7 majority Muslim countries. At least 70 people were arrested for trespassing near the Dakota Access Pipeline, and the Sioux Tribe said the road purchasers could put their cause at risk. About 2.5 million customers of the Charter Spectrum cable services lost Univision channels due to dispute between the companies over carriage fees. In local news, a federal appeals judge Mansfield has regular lower court ruling and allowed a community center Costa Rica to a police officer claiming the officer improperly handcuffed and detained him after judging him would be incapacitated. Foxborough from 10 out schools, Foxborough showing off his pride in the lead up to the Super Bowl 51 between the Atlanta Falcons and hometown New England Patriots. Attleboro area school chief says Baker State educational aid is not enough. Groups helping refugees to speak at Edinburgh Forum, and carbon monoxide prompts Norfolk Library evacuation. Two injured in an early morning crash in Edinburgh. Ralph Lauren CEO leaving after creative clash with founder. Sterling yields get after Bank of England disappoints rate hikes bets. U.S. labor market trend and productivity still weak, and nearly 170 local workers to be laid off at the Procter & Gamble Center. Alright, looking at stocks. The Dow down 42.37 at 19,848.57. SP5 down 4.27 points at 275.28, and Nasdaq down 4.91 points at 5,627.74. Okay, researchers in Europe have developed a brain computer interface that's able to translate brainwaves and blood flow into yes or no responses. Honolulu, a dramatic fire with steam of molten lava continues to shoot out at Cape Sea Cliff on Wednesday on Hawaii Island. Splashed into the Pacific Ocean below and put upon impact. Scientists have discovered fragments of an ancient continent that lies beneath the African island, not roots at the bottom of the Indian Ocean. The air you breathe does more than affect your lungs. The new study published this week found that older women exposed to air pollution by vehicles often have damaging particles almost twice as likely to develop dementia. Most of the time, when you order fast food, you know exactly what you're getting. It's supposed to mean that tastes great, but it was probably lower in fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Albany enrollment in New York's health and change continued the surge this year, followed by extra growth and publicly subsidized options. Yes, also panel to take a bill to spur generic drug development. Peter Chill time is now 12:06 on this Thursday afternoon, and it's time now for a sports report. Celtics and Bruins have a night off. The 2016 NFL season concludes Sunday night when the New England Patriots are 3-point favorites and the Atlanta Falcons meet in Super Bowl 51. While I'm talking about this decision avoided trip to New England this year during the playoffs. For back-to-back trips to Atlanta, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said he'd go there in the future if he was invited. Peter Chill time, 12:07 on this Thursday afternoon, and it's time now for Trivia and Trends of the Pot. Let's have the MBT with us. Subway's looking good, but on. Come here, well, Worcester train 511 11:55 from South Station to Petrol operate 15-20 minutes basket between Brackley and Worcester. Please board an inbound Worcester train 514 10:48 from Worcester on the outbound platform at Yawkey Station here. And on the ferries, they are looking good here. Okay, look at highways and byways of New England. Let's start off down in Connecticut, where 95 minutes southbound side, Battle Milford and then Sanford stretches. Red Parkway westbound side is back to around New Haven. Interstate 84 westbound side, Battle around Hartford, Connecticut. Central Western Massachusetts highways are looking good. 146 on the southbound side is backed up around the North Smithfield Stretch, Southwest Expressway, southbound side, back to the Mass Pike, already down to Dorchester. 93 on the northbound side is back to around South Station in Boston. And highways and byways, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, are looking good. So there's 889 southbound side, back to the Canadian border, up in upstate New York and upstate Vermont. And Interstate A1 in both ends back around Cicero headed towards Syracuse. Peter Chill time, 12:08 on this Thursday afternoon, and it's time now for a weather report here. And latest radar shows a line of snow showers straight away from Stoughton and Brockton, stretching in end to Taunton, and stretching in down to Norton and East and Mansfield around the Ambers, and northeast down from Woonsocket to down around Providence. Rain, sleet, or snow showers for the south coast of Massachusetts around Severn, Tippecanoe, Cape Cod around Falmouth, and stretching in Martha's Vineyard and western Nantucket, and off the eastern coast of Long Island. Some spotty snow showers from Windsor and Enfield, Connecticut, some spotty snow showers from northwestern portion of Connecticut, down around western, southwestern Berkshire County, Massachusetts, around east central tip of New York, and some snow showers around Utica and around Rome. Okay, look at some snow showers around eastern New Hampshire and on the western portions of Maine and the central portion of Maine and on the eastern portion of Maine and the southern New Brunswick and east central portions of Nova Scotia. Some spotty rain snow showers from central tip of New York down on the western New York and snow showers east of Pittsburgh and western portions of Michigan and northern portion of Michigan and northeastern European Michigan and some snow showers around central Ontario around the Toronto area and some spotty snow showers at eastern portion of Quebec and the Gaspé province of Quebec and some spotty snow showers western and eastern portions of Prince Edward Island here. All right. 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Alright, for this afternoon then. 20% slight chance of rain and snow between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Then a slight chance of snow after 4 p.m. Puts us about 40 degrees. West about 10 miles on gust side. 23 miles on chance patient 20% for tonight. And a slight chance of snow between 4 and 8 p.m. Most of the coast about 18 degrees. West about 6 to 9 miles on chance patient 20%. For Friday, most of the city podcast about 31 about 60 degrees. Winds west about 6 to 10 miles an hour. For Saturday, most of the city podcast about 30 about 18 degrees. Winds west about 6 to 14 miles an hour. For Sunday, mostly Costco about 30 about 27 degrees. But Monday, mostly Costco about 36 about 60 degrees. For Tuesday, chance of rain, snow likely. Mostly Costco about 35 about 30 degrees. Chance of rain 55%. And for Wednesday, chance of rain, Costco about 49 degrees. Chance of rain 50%. Here in Taunton, it's overcast and 36. And in Norton, it's snow just lit up a little bit. Currently in Norton, it's 36 and overcast, and snow has lit up a little bit, and that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Noon News One on this February 2nd, 2017 on a Thursday afternoon. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, goodbye, have a good day.